因为我们有一个想第一段就请老师介绍一下自己，可以啊。哦，我们有专门录音的。Okay, well, so where should we sit?
Oh, come over here.
要侧录照片，要侧录照片。
Are 5 people interviewing me or just you?
Just me, because they helped me to record it with my
Oh, okay. Can you sit down?
Okay.
And then I can see if you're in the. Yeah. Okay. Let's move over. Okay.
So,
can you wear this around your neck? Then it can be like our mic.
Okay.
Hello. So when no one's watching, anyways. When we speak, don't do this. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
There you go. Actually, you're interviewing me, so you can use it.
So I asked you this question. I asked you a question, and should I develop a mic for you when you answer it? Okay.
But make sure you speak into the mic. If you talk like this, hi. Test.
Text like this.
A little bit, maybe more direct. Hi, I'm Mike. Hello, everybody on YouTube who's not watching. My name is 我叫 Dr. Taike. My name is Dr. Taike, and this is my student, 这是我的学生 Coco.
No, Annie.
Annie. Oh, she's not Coco today. She's Annie, and Annie is going to give a great interview. Yeah, like I said, just make sure to talk into the mic so we can hear it like that, not like this, because it has to be very close.
So should we start right now?
Okay, why not? Sure.
Yeah, okay, hi, let me introduce myself. My name is Annie, and today I'm going to interview you some questions because they need to do the report. Could you introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, my name is Michael, and I'm from Montreal, Canada. I've been living in Asia for 27 years. I lived in Taiwan for 6 years before. I also lived in Korea for 11 years, Indonesia for 3 years, Singapore 2 years, Mongolia for 2 years, and I also lived in Australia, Thailand, and America for a number of months. And I teach social studies, humanities, and guidance, as well as English as a second language, or ESL. That's me.
Okay, I think that is pretty excellent for a teacher because you have went to a lot of countries, right? So we will ask you some questions. Okay, first one, we want to know how many years have you been teaching students?
Well, I've been teaching students since 1997, so that's about 27 or 28 years.
Wow, that's such a long time. And that is the question actually I want to ask by myself. Just why you would choose to go to our school? Because actually our school is not like the normal school. We are the first students in this school. I think that is such a pretty cool experience. Why would you like to go to our school?
Well, believe it or not, I had a chance to go to Hainan Island and in China. I also had a chance to interview with the Tainan school, but I prefer to live in Pindong because I've never been in Pindong before. You know, most people always just go to like Kending or Hengchun, or they might go to like some beautiful waterfall around Pindong, but people kind of skip Pindong City. So one, I'd like to learn more about Pindong City, and I love Taike and Southern Taiwanese culture, so I think it's a good chance. Plus, I was offered a chance to teach geography and history, as well as English literature, which I've never done in Taiwan. So I thought that it was a good opportunity, and it's a brand new school, so there's a lot of chance for me to make a lasting impact. Like I can make the future of the school really bright.
Yes, and I have heard that what is the reason that you would like to be a teacher? And it's not especially be a teacher, especially it's a teacher that travel around the world.
Wow, that's a really good question. I like teaching because then I can share knowledge with people. I love learning. Teachers always learn. I don't like to say I teach. My students learn. And in a classroom, that's the most important thing, are the students. And also traveling. I mean, I love traveling. When I'm on vacation, I travel. So now that when I'm working, it's like traveling. Every day is like a wonderful experience because I'm living in a foreign country. And Pindong is not Taipei or Kaohsiung. Pindong is like, it's a very special place.
Okay, so when you go to Pindong to teach us, did you have noticed something that is totally different when you are teaching in other places in Asia?
Absolutely. Of course, you're from Pindong and like your classmates are from Pindong. So I'm not saying this just to be like nice, but it's just reality. People in Pindong are very, very, very friendly. Of course, everyone in Taiwan, most people in Taiwan are very friendly. But in Pindong, it's a different kind of friendly. It's more genuine and honest. And like in other parts of Asia, people like to stare at me. And they're like, whoa, white Warren, oh. But people don't do that in Pindong. But they're still very friendly. It's like going back 20 or 30 years as far as the friendliness is concerned. Like if I go to a restaurant, if I just ride my bicycle, everyone's always so happy and friendly, and even if they can't speak English, but at least they'll say hi to me.
So they will try their best to try to communicate with you. Okay, so what is your favorite spot in Pindong?
My favorite spot? Well, so far Pindong has been very, very hot because I've been here in August and September, and so sometimes I don't go out maybe as much as I should. However, so I'm kind of new in Pindong. I haven't seen a lot, but I heard like Victory in Pindong or VIP area is nice. I'm looking forward to go see that. I also love temples, like Taoist temples, for example, like Maju Miao. So I like those kind of places, and I've been exploring a little bit about Pindong City. Like I've discovered some places where I can get like manicure and pedicure or things like that. I know it doesn't sound very masculine, but and I like this area. I like Xinhui and I like Yangpu. I know that I drove my motorcycle down the road and I saw a really beautiful river, and I went on a bridge. It was really, really long, and I hope one day I can go down to the river and maybe swim or ride my bike or who knows, go walk along the river. I really, really want to go to Yusan. Yeah, I love hiking. I think so far in Pindong, this campus is like the best place, but I'm very new.
Okay, so seems that you are really enjoying the Pindong's nature place. And one question is, what is the things that you think the most important during your teaching students?
Well, the most important thing is their happiness. There's a movie that really reflects my philosophy on teaching. It's called Where to Invade Next by Michael Moore. And he goes to Finland and he talks to the teachers there, and they also said the same thing. Their primary concern is the students' happiness. Even the math teachers said that. So if the students are happy, they're learning. There's an expression called less is more. I don't like to give homework. I don't want to pressure my students. I think it's important for my students to have their own free time to make relationships with other boys and girls and play sports and relax. So in the classroom, if there's a lot of joking around, a lot of smiling and laughing, then that's a successful lesson for me.
Okay, so if you have the chance to give a word to every student in our school, what would you say? To really encourage us to tell something important about your life, just like because you've been to so many countries, right? And I believe that definitely brings you some memorable experience that other people cannot get. So what did you learn through this one, and what would you like to suggest our students?
Well, when I first started teaching for about the first 10 years, I was trained in Asia, so it was very teacher-centered. I did all the talking and the students just sort of listened and repeated after me, but I realized that that is not necessarily the best thing to do because then the students only use their short-term memory. So I switched it around. I flipped it around. I think that students should be the focus. So student-centered classes are very important. So I think it's really important to let the students go on their own and I just facilitate. So I want to give them ownership over their learning, or that's also called student agency in teacher talk. Basically, the students should be in control of the class, and I want them to know that less is more. Like, you don't need to learn a million things in a day. Just relax, have fun, and enjoy your life.
So we should enjoy the time when we are studying, right? And that is one question. You didn't write on the computer, but I want to expand myself. Just like, how did you make it to go travel so many countries? Because that is also one of my dreams. I also want to go travel around the world. And how did you make it?
Well, I started by teaching English for my first year in Korea. Actually, I shouldn't say I was teaching English. I was teaching geography. And then I realized when you're in Asia, because the countries are a little smaller here, so it's really easy to just sort of jump over to another country. Like when I was in Korea, I went to Japan a few times, and then I went to Singapore and Thailand. And it's nice now, though, you guys are lucky. We are lucky because there are a lot of discount airlines. Like you can go from Taiwan to Vietnam, for example, for only like $50 US, or that's like I think 1,500 NT, or you can go to like Malaysia on Air Asia, and that's really cheap. If you want to travel as Annie, I would recommend maybe considering to study like overseas for 1 year. For example, when you go to university after 2 or 3 years, you can find out like where their sister university is, and then you can do a year there. Or you could even be a teacher, or you could do any kind of career that's international, and you can travel and work, and basically work and get paid to travel, or just use your free time to travel. Just save up your money, and also the great thing though is that you're in a great place to travel right here. Taiwan is a great place to travel. There's a lot of beautiful things to see, like Maju Island, Penghu, and so on.
Okay, thanks for your thanks for your answer. And now there was some small question. It's a funny question. We want to know what is your keywords what is your key point to let us pass the test? What should we do to pass the test? What did you think?
What can you do to pass my test?
Probably any subject.
Just do it. Like, don't be afraid to write down something or talk to me. The student who puts in the most effort, in my opinion, will get a great grade. For example, in the past, I had students who couldn't speak English, and they wanted to basically quit my class, and I encouraged them to stay, and they had a great time. And I said, if you're gonna put in the effort, I will not fail you. Even if you're, for example, I'm teaching you ESL, and if your English wasn't very good, I would say just try. Don't run away, and just do your best. I think that's all I can ask for.
Okay, I think that we finished today's interviews. So thank you. I think I really learned something from you because your experience is really my dreams in the future. I also want to go travel around the world, and I think you have one experience that I've seen that's pretty cool because you have teaching students in Mongolia. That is the place that other people cannot imagine, even they are going to go traveling. So I think that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think I forgot to mention that at the beginning. Yeah, I taught in Mongolia. Mongolia is really, really, really different compared to all the other places I've been because they don't need a museum to see their culture. They're living it every day. Like they wear their traditional costumes. They still eat the same food they've been eating for hundreds or thousands of years, and they're very, very open and very interesting people. Like you can see camels and horses and lots of animals walking around, and sometimes the same animal is in your dinner plate. And like they even do fusion food. Like I had Korean soup, which is called kimchi jjigae, but they put horse meat in the soup, which was like a very Mongolian style. I went to Indian restaurant and I had like camel curry. So that was really fun. And the people there are really, really like friendly and very open to everyone.
Okay, I think that's all. Thanks to that you have taken so much time to answer our question. I think they're really a great teacher. I'm very appreciated that you would like to take your time. Thank you.
Maybe one day you can be a journalist. Your interview skills are really professional.
Oh, really?
Yeah, seriously.
Actually, I didn't prepare the photo. I just asked the question that I want to ask you for such a long time, because during the class we don't have so much time to ask you, right?
No.
So probably that is some shortage that our class should improve or something.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you so much, Annie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably we should take a picture or something.
Okay. Can you say this in Taiwan? Can you speak Taiwanese?
我可以说中文。
Or Zhongwen?
可以。
Both?
Actually, because my English is my second language, I'm not an English native speaker. I practice English for such a long time.
Oh, 你会说台语吗?
A little. When I was little, I'm able to speak it very fluently, but when I grew up, it would be easy to get messed up when I was speaking English at the same time.
Yeah, I understand.
Do you want to learn some Taiwanese?
Yeah, I need to learn Taiwanese because I'm Dr. Taika.
Okay, what do you want to learn?
I want to say you are, or she is a great journalist. Or she is very good at asking questions.
Yeah, if you want to ask me, she is a great journalist in Chinese. They will be 她是一个很好的记者。
记者
或者是采访家，因为就是
记者 is journalist.
Yes, probably. And Taiwanese, actually, that is such a difficult word to say journalism. If you say I am a good journalist, it will be 我是一个做好的记者。
Very
Repeat
nice.
after me. Repeat after me.
Oh, okay, I'll try. Okay, one more time.
我是一个做 good
就好
记者
is journalist. Awesome. Dosha.
Oh my god, you know that. And probably one word that you can speak it every day, just like, did you finish your meal? Just like 假爸杯.
Jababwe.
Just like you would probably, if all people, they would use it every day. Like when you see another, just like your friend, you will say 假爸杯. Just like that sounds like a greeting, because we know that Asian people, they are really seeing eating as an important part. So they will see that asking others is already finished their meal or not, that is sound like a greeting.
Wow. Okay, very cool.
Repeat after me.
Okay.
假爸杯。
我开始想纠正你们，不好意思。
假爸杯。
Jababwe. Boy.
Actually, my Taiwanese isn't pretty cool, because it would be very easy to get messed up with the English. Really.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, when you got a lot of languages going on up here, you get mixed
So,
up.
would you like to learn Chinese or Mandarin?
I would rather improve my Taiwanese.
I think actually, it's just like Taiwan. Oh, really? I think Taiwanese. I think Taiwanese is actually quite similar with English, to be honest. But actually, Taiwanese, they don't have a specific word. They have the words, but that is also Chinese, like this one. But the word is different. So I think if you want to write Taiwanese, that is pretty difficult because even though I'm a Taiwanese, I can't even write Taiwanese. So I would suggest you just speak it, don't write it.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that it's not a subject that you can learn just by writing or something. You need to speak.
Right, so it's like an oral language?
Yeah, because that is quite an old language that actually China's people, that some of part they are also speaking it.
Right, like in Fujian or
yeah.
Xiamen City?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not pretty sure because I'm not good at it.
Okay, right, me too. Not yet.
And I would suggest you, if you want to experience the real Taiwan's culture, you can go to the traditional market.
Ooh, traditional market, cool. Okay, like Pindong Market?
I have researched it.
那中央市场跟林路比较
哎，怎么切那个字啊？
那个 C 开头那个，没有，我是 A 不一样，英国难选。
Actually, because I'm to be honest, because my parents they really love to go to the traditional market to gather food, so I seldom will go with them. And I think that the one thing that I love the most when I go to a traditional market is then when you are riding a scooter, right? No, I'm not me, my parents. Okay.
I did it too.
Okay, just like when you ride through the roads, some people were selling food there, and you can smell the just like the flavor of every vegetable or some spices food. I think that is really, really a great experience. You can, if you, but actually to be honest, traditional market is a little bit dangerous. Just like you know that Taiwan's traffic isn't good, right? That is such a tragic. That is pretty bad, to be honest. One time, I remember I even got to bumped by a motorcycle because that is old people that they cannot control their motorcycle well. So I think just like the motorcycle just gets so close, it's so dangerous.
I've been there. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I was actually very surprised in Pindong Market. In the Pindong Market, I saw a lot of people riding their motorcycle, so you kind of have to get away. But then I rode my motorcycle in the Pindong Market as well, so guilty. I went to Shinwei Market too, but they close it very early. Well, like most markets, they close at 2 p.m.
I think if you want to try it, but probably that will be a little bit difficult for you, a little bit challenge for you just go through the traditional market because you will see the culture shock. So I think I would suggest you go to like this one. That is called 黄昏市场. That is a market that probably opening on the evening. Like when people finish their job, they will go to there to grab some food.
Oh,
and
okay.
There will be no people will riding scooter there.
Oh, so it's a little safer?
Yeah, that would be safer. And the food there, you can just buy it. That is.
Oh man, you're making me hungry.
Like this one.
I want to go there.
Like this.
Oh, it looks very clean.
That is pretty clean.
It's safe.
Yeah, and sometimes if you don't know what to eat for dinner, you can just go there and you can grab some food.
Wow.
Like this one. They will also sell some daily supplies.
Cool.
Just like if you need it, you can go to grab there.
And is the food cheaper there?
Yeah, that is cheap. I think that is much cheaper than you just go to the shop and get it because people normally will go there and buy their food, so they will really cheap.
And this is what's the name of this market again?
黄昏市场.
黄昏市场. Where is it?
Actually, that is at the same row with the VIP. VIP channel. So you can use your phone to. Do you have a phone?
My phone is there.
Oh, okay. That is let me see the road. Here is the VIP channel.
Oh yeah, right.
And on the same road.
Oh, very easy to find.
If you want to try Taiwan's traditional market, there will be less challenge.
Okay.
Not so much culture shock.
Okay, that's good. That's good. It's a little more, maybe more relaxing.
Yes, that's pretty relaxing. And they also have I don't know how to say in English, but just that the food you can get it and eat it right now.
Oh, okay.
And they will also have sell fruits and vegetables. So actually that would be a great place instead of going to the normal supermarket. It will be more interesting and you can see much more things. And the people there, I think they will be friendly, but sometimes they will be a little bit rushed because they are doing a business. So they will probably sometimes will be angry. A little.
Angry?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be interesting.
Because when I go to there, some people, their action is pretty slow. And the shopper will not be so happy when they seeing this. They will say like, because I'm doing a business, right? I need to earn money quickly.
Right.
So probably sometimes they will feel a little bit, speak a little bit loud.
Oh, I can understand. They just want you to come buy your stuff so I can like get the next customer. Yeah, I understand that. That's okay. Maybe you can share the address with me later in Mandarin or in English. This is amazing. I got interviewed and now I'm getting introduced to Pindong's markets.
Yeah.
Cool.
And do you know that actually in Pingdong we have some traditional tribe. It's called tribe, just like
tribe. Okay.
The people live there longer than us, longer than some people. Just because my parents they come from. Actually, we are not Taiwanese. We are come from China.
Yeah.
For about 100 years ago.
Oh yeah, I guess you guys are called like Han Chinese.
I think
That's
so.
Or Minam.
那个叫什么？it's called 外省人。
外省人. Oh, because you came from China.
Yeah, but actually we are all Taiwanese. But we just probably our ancient parents they come from China because of the war, right? So
those tribes, like, are they like Annie? Do you know Annie? She's in the first class. She's from. She told me her tribe is Paiwan.
Oh really?
Like Taiwanese, I guess Paiwan. Is that what you mean? The local,
yeah.
Like Aboriginals?
And if you want to know those tribes more, I think I would suggest you. Do you know Sandiman?
Sandiman, yeah.
They will have a lot of coffee shops.
Coffee shops?
Yes,
okay.
I probably
like
sometimes I will go to there every weekend because my parents are there and I will see a lot of foreigners experience the culture. So I could suggest you this one. I have research.
I went to Sandiman, but that was like in the year 2000, so it's a little while ago. It probably changed a lot, like 24 years ago.
那间叫什么？三地门那一间？不是居高啊，居高。不是哦，对对对。
And the great thing about Sandiman is that I have a motorcycle, so I can ride my bike there.
Oh yes, just like because some of my parents' friends they also ride this bike to there. This one's pretty cool.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's what I'm looking at here is a restaurant and coffee shop with a beautiful view of the mountain.
Yes, and normally, because I'm a Christian, so our church will go to here for handing out. So I think that is a pretty good place. But I would suggest you go to here probably with your friends because you can see the table, they are eating with lots of people. They are not for one people.
Right. Oh, so they put the food there and that's for like, yeah, I could share it with
You can see the
friends.
whole thing. That is pretty cool.
That's really beautiful view.
And another one is called, actually they are quite near. These are here.
So I should go to Sandiman and
definitely that you should go to it. Actually that is actually I would like to say that is my favorite sport in Pingdong.
Really?
And like this. Sometimes in the weekend they will have people singing here and they will have a campfire.
Oh, campfire and singing.
And the meal quite different with the normal restaurant when you go to, because that is for special tribe, right, in Taiwan. So they're selling the traditional food. You can see, do you know a mountain pig? I don't know if it's called mountain pig, it's just like a black pig.
Yep.
They will eat it.
Oh yeah, I love that.
That
it's
is
really
pretty
delicious.
Yes, that's really delicious. Like,
Shanjuro.
like this one.
Ooh. I guess in English we call it boar, B-O-A-R, or mountain pig. Yeah, that looks so good.
Yes, that is pretty good. And
What's that in the middle? Is that
this
bread?
is yeah, that is a bread.
Oh wow,
And-
bread, fruit, and
If you go to, I would like to suggest you should try this sauce. Probably it doesn't look pretty good because my parents said it looks like food waste.
oh, okay.
But the taste is good. It's a little bit sour and sweet. This one.
Okay.
You like this one.
I'm never afraid to try new foods, so I'll try the sauce.
You should try this. I think that would be a pretty full spot. Probably you can bring your foreign friends to go to there.
That looks amazing.
But that is one thing. This store is really famous. So probably I think you should book it online on the FB or something.
Oh wow, so I gotta book it because it's like really probably very popular.
Like this.
Wow, at nighttime you can see amazing
Yeah,
view.
when you're at nighttime, when you're sitting outside, they will give you a small candle. I remember it.
Candle almost looks like a lantern.
And I would like to say, this store's the toilet, just like the restaurant, is super different. I will not tell you why it's different, but you should try it in person.
A different bathroom, okay.
The restaurant is, I think probably that is the most white bathroom I have ever seen. But and the white doesn't mean that there's no toilet or something. You have toilets and the toilet is clean, but that is pretty cool. You should try it in person. I shouldn't tell you how. Just like you should try it by yourself.
Okay.
You should go to a bathroom. I think that probably the bathroom will be the best part in this restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Because that is just amazing.
All right, cool. And okay, so I gotta go to the Tuswal. I gotta see the bathroom there. And the background here, is that Pindong City?
Yeah, it's Pindong City.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes when the weather is good, you can even see, do you know in Kaohsiung they will have a 85 大楼, just a very tall building that is for 85 floors.
Yeah, it's like a hotel. Yeah, I walked by it actually on the field trip I took my students to. Yeah, I know. Oh, so you can see that from the
If the
restaurant.
weather is good.
Oh, cool.
So I said, okay, so I think these two stores and the 黄昏市场, the evening market. It's good.
Okay. You can
This
get.
series will be very good.
Wow, thanks so much.
Do you need the papers that I could help you write it down?
Okay, sure.
你要
Yeah.
纸跟笔吗？不行。但是要那 or I send a message.
Yeah, I think it'll be easier if you send me a message because then I can just copy it into like Google Map, and then I can go there like
你传给他
easily.
一下。秋月的店，然后还有中山黄昏市场。
Is that your school email? 'Cause you can find my email very easily. It's just Mike at.
They do it very good. Just
Wow.
like you can see, they have every teacher's email.
She's like a IT expert.
I
Okay.
Just like when we are doing the group job, you also been to help us record the details of our class. I think that's pretty good.
Cool. Let me get these guys on
Come on.
camera.
你要给他地址，那个。
So, by the way, there's a lot of people working in the background. There's like 4 of them. So we have she's been working hard helping me do recording, and I think she's also my neighbor. And these other 3 students are also behind the scenes. And so what's your name?
Peggy.
Peggy? So we got Peggy, and how about you? Vicky? And I know you don't have an English name, but what's your Taiwanese name? Su Wenjing. And down here is the other Coco.
I'm Annie.
Annie.
Yeah.
But in class sometimes because there's 2 Cocos, so
No, not 2 Cocos.
Oh.
One Annie, she's Coco.
just Annie and Coco. Okay. I for some reason was calling Annie Coco for many weeks. Okay, this is not Coco. This is Annie. That's Coco.
你再记那个中山红卫视
Peggy
跟那个居高，你再记
Vicky,
中山红卫视
Coco, Annie, and
Chinese name
苏文金
Su Wenjing. Ting?
Yeah.
Jing.
俊
Jing. Oh, that's Mr. Mike. He is a civics teacher.
He also teaches pretty well.
Oh.
I have his class. I love his class.
I can imagine. I've always wanted to take civics. I never studied civics and I never taught civics, but I think it'd be very fun to take.
那还有那贴一个居高的，
居高不是居高的。
Don't be late though.
那个是哦
It's I guess it's okay. We're done.
almost done. 然后还有一个是居，
还有一个还有是黄昏市场，
有名全文市场啊，它
不是还有一个黄昏市场？
没有就一个。
That was Jordan. He's gonna come. Oh, there he is. Jordan and Christina are going to study here. Probably, I'm guessing, social studies or English. Both. Okay. He's my coworker. My name is Michael, and his name is Jordan. So next year we have to hire Jackson. And also, his family name is very similar to mine, so I'm sure it's confusing for some people.
Okay, they already sent you the website about the address.
Oh,
To
okay.
the restaurant, I think when you have
Cool. I'll check it. Okay.
Market and the 3 restaurants.
Two restaurants
Oh,
for
shouldn't share that online, but yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Thank you so much. I'll look at that and put it into my Google map, and when I have free time, I'm gonna go to Sandima.
Yeah, definitely.
It sounds so good. Wow. And it's so different than when I went there. You know, things always get better and better every year.
But
in
if you
Taiwan.
go to there, I would suggest you just probably rent a car or ride a motorcycle. Is a little bit dangerous when it is at night. You need to go down. So actually, ride a motorcycle is okay, but need to take care.
I'll be very careful then.
Okay, I think.
Gotta be careful. Okay, you guys gotta go to class. I don't want you to be late. What's that?
Interview.
Oh, okay, cool.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks, guys. It was really fun. I had a good time. Wow. Oh, don't worry. They're cheap. Okay. Have a good day. Thank you. Well, that was the first time I was ever interviewed by students at my school here in Pindong, and I'm very happy because I also got to learn a lot about Sandiman. Dage zaigen. Shatsujian. Okay.
I want to ask will the live will be recorded because I want a video. I think when we are asking you question, that is pretty good.
I agree 100%.
Actually, you are the first native English speakers that have taught for such a long time.
Seriously, very cool.
I learned English by myself.
To be honest, you're the first student in grade 10 that I've talked to for so long as well.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll stop this now. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely